Hello, this is Wendy from Tai Chi, the Way of Life. Um, lucky for you, not so lucky for me. Um, I'm full of cold, so I've taken a day off. So rather than resting, I thought I have to make this video because I still went to teach my class this morning, and I've noticed something which I'm really grateful that I've noticed, and I thought this is very helpful in safeguarding your knee. So if you read the caption on this video, you would realize that I was talking about safeguarding the knee, and I realized several things that is very important to get this right. Right, so I'm gonna pop this tripod down, just trying to get a nice flat space where I've got plenty of room. So I'm going to just it is Wendy from Tai Chi, the Way of Life. Please do, if you like my content, please do click on the subscribe button and the bell, so if I do a video you won't miss it. You're going to get a notification. So when my feet are parallel, my toes obviously it's facing that way, so therefore my knee are also facing that way. Yeah. So as soon as I say, if I'm going to show you, if I flare this one out, then my knee has to follow where my knee now is facing that way. So I don't want to be here, because now if I'm going, then now I can't. If that is not parallel anymore. So if I'm doing both, now I'm flaring my knees out. I'm putting strain on my knee. So it's very important to have them parallel like this. So now my knee are not flared out. Yeah, my knee's flared out, which is putting strain on the knee. But it needs to be back in here. So my knee is nice and steady, straight on. It's not twisted to the side. It's not twisted to the side, but stay on here. And now when you then now sink backwards, sitting backwards, your knee is not straight like this, but parallel to each other. It's staying in its socket, if you like, not being pushed out. Okay. So then when you transfer weight, when you're sitting back, because you're meant to, you're supposed to sit back, and when you're transferring, if my toes if I move them out, then I'm forcing it to lean. I'm forcing my knee to go like this, which is putting strain on my knee. So it's very important to sit back. So when I'm shifting weight, see, because my toes is still facing there, my knee is still facing the same way. That one also. But as soon as I flare, my knee is facing that way. So now it's causing, well, I mean, it's okay like this, in this position, but then how am I going to come back? How am I going to turn back? I feel a little twitch in my knee, because my knee is facing the wrong way. I can't actually come back, because my knee doesn't turn. So now if I force myself to turn, I'm actually putting the pressure on the knee again. But if my toes is facing here, now I could come back without hurting my knee. So if we're in a bow stance, it's the same thing. Now if you go into a bow stance, this is a common mistake or common problem. I wouldn't call it a mistake. It's because of either the hip. I think it's the hip. A lot of people do that. So now I'm forcing my knee to face that way. So if I'm in my front leg, how am I supposed to get into so this is alright, this is facing forward. So I turn, yeah, and now if I'm trying to put my weight in this leg, I don't know whether you can see, this knee is flaring out, pushing that way. I'm putting strain on that back knee. But But if I change the position of my feet going forward, so they are parallel in my front leg, when I rotate it in my knee, sorry, I don't mean that. When I sink, I rotate. When I shift my weight back, my knee, it's here, my toe are here. I'm not pushing my knee out this way, so I'm not putting any weight, I'm not putting any pressure on it. And now I could actually rotate back this way, and then my weight coming back in the front leg. Oh, I've just got distracted by this bee. Doesn't look very happy. Oh. Right, so this foot mustn't be there. It needs to be both going facing forward. So anyway, so if I what was I going to say? Yeah, and also this one, if that one also is flare out that way, then if I'm in my back, this is really uncomfortable actually, I can't even. So if I'm in my back leg, my weight's in my back leg, I turned, now I transfer my weight. Actually, it's really bad, I can't even turn, I can't move because I fall over, I feel like I'm going to fall over. So now my weight sits in my back, so I sink, I rotate. When I come forward, now I could actually turn my foot, turn my hip a little bit further that way. But if my foot is like this, I don't want to do it because I don't want to push my knee out that way and causing and I'm actually uprooting myself. If I'm here, I actually cannot rotate. It won't let me rotate that way unless my foot is adjusted. Now I could rotate. Hopefully you can see this quite clearly in the video. So if my back foot is like this, regardless of hurting that knee, which is the main point of this video. So if I put my weight on my back leg, I'm actually pushing my knee out. It's not staying nice and straight. But it also obstructs me turning unless this foot is actually in the right place. So now I could rotate. So now I'm here, I'm stuck. I've got no movement in my hip. I cannot move anymore, but I can further. Yeah? So, right, I'm just gonna pick up my camera because that's probably easier. So I hope that makes sense about the position of your toes determines the position of where your knee is going to be, and that also determines how much movement you actually got in your hips. And it's all about able to rotate in your hips, because your hip is the ball and socket joint. They're not supposed to move in a straight line, they do rotate. That's why you do your figure of 8 with your hips. And I think the main thing is that it doesn't hurt your knee. I'm going to go back to the horse stance, so I'm going to just cover the I mean, I've done a video like this in the past, but just to recap, if you're not sinking, sitting backwards with your lower dantian, sinking your lower dantian, then a lot of pressure is on so your body weight is at the front, then therefore you're putting a lot of pressure on your knee. But I'm just going to quickly show you. But like I said, I have done a lot of video like that. I have done at least one video like that in the past. Right. Okay. Oh, this is wrong angle. Can't get myself in. Right here. So I'm going to turn this way actually. So if I don't sit back, then my weight is at the front of my knee. But I'm supposed to, right? I have to face that way, so I can't. So I am in the video. So I need to sit back, turn a little bit this way so you can see a little bit better. I need to sink back so that my weight is there. If I don't sink back and I just bend my knee, my weight could very, very easily be too far forward. Now I'm putting all my pressure on my knee, but this is incorrect. It should be like this. So now my weight is at the back. It's not at the front in my knee. It's taken off my knee. Again, if I come back around this way, so if I decide, I'm running out of space here, if I decide to stand like this and I'm trying to sink backwards, see what happens to my knee? Because my toes are pointing that way and that way. So when I try and sit back, see my knees is going further, and actually I feel a little twinge again on the inside of my knee and on the outside of my knee. But I need to be doing this way. I'm not saying this. Here. You sit back. Now I'm nice and comfortable. Not here. Yeah? Not even one of them, because now this one, it's pushing out. My knees is pushing out. So the position of my toes governs where my knees are going to go, and that governs what my hip can do. So if I'm like this, I'm doing that now. A little bit, I guess I can turn a little bit, but if I'm here, I could turn a lot more. I don't know whether you can see it, so I'm just going to quickly demonstrate again. So if I'm here, I can't turn very much, not much. I'm limiting the turning in my hips. I'm here, I could turn. Yeah, I could turn. I could turn. I don't know whether I could tell. I could turn. I turn. This here. Oh, actually that knee hurts. Because my knee, it's flaring out, it's twisting it. You're going, the knee needs to sit still. Yeah, your knee does this. Your knee doesn't do this. It doesn't. And you're forcing it. Then you're twisting and you're stretching either this side of your ligament and your tendon or this side of your, and you, I don't know what would happen to your kneecap as well. I'll come back. Alright, so I hope that's kind of giving you a better picture of how important it is, your feet, the position of your feet, and how, so it is your feet. It's the start of every movement, because if your feet is in the wrong place, your toes is pointing the wrong way, your knee, I think the most worrying thing is that people hurting their knees. I think that's what I'm concerned about. So I hope you found this video useful, and do put your comment below the video. It is Wendy from Tai Chi, the Way of Life, and I shall try and put out more videos. So if you like my content, like I said, please do subscribe just by clicking on the red button, subscribe, and click on the bell so you get a notification. So thank you for watching, and God bless, and see you next time. Bye.